All right, let's see how you did on these three practice problems. Remember our help with finding the areas, whether that's area below, above, or in between. So here we go. This first problem was about a bunch of bananas, literally, and we wanted what's the probability that the weight was between 76 and 85. So see, that is 2 pounds. So they wanted to know between 76 and 85. So, you're always drawing a picture here to kind of see what it's talking about. So the center was at 74. The mean was at 74 with a standard deviation of 8.5. And then our x values, there were two of them, 76 and 85. So the first one, x minus the mean over the standard deviation is 0.24. So do you see how I drew my line just a quarter of a standard deviation above the mean? And then this one, x minus the mean over the standard deviation, 1.29 above the mean. So I want to find the norm CDF between those two z-scores, 0.24 to 1.29. And that came out to 30.66. So let's look at how to write this probability notation. So here we go. This probability notation looks like this. The z is in the middle because we're in between two z-scores. Then we got our 0.24 and our 1.29. And then our inequalities will point to the left, point to the smaller values. And so then that area in between is that 30.66%. All right, next we want to go find the percent of data above 83.6 with a mean of 86 and a standard deviation of 6.5. So our x value is 83.6. So our x minus the mean over the standard deviation. So look at our z-score. It's just barely below the mean. So negative 0.37, not quite a whole number standard deviations below. But I want to shade this area above it. So it's going to go to the right is what I want. So then that's what I need to norm CDF. Norm CDF from that z-score up to 99. So there's my 64.43%. And so let's do this box in blue, the probability notation. So here we go. The probability that I have a z-score greater than that z-score of negative 0.37 equals 64.43%. All right, and then the last one asked for a percentile. I didn't ask you what's the area below. I asked you what's the percentile. So that means that is the area below, okay, to tell what percentile you are in. What's the percentile for a wild hog? That is 256. If the mean is 210 and the standard deviation is 21, so the percentile means area below. So let's find that z-score of x minus the mean over the standard deviation is 2.19. So here's the mean, and then I'm 1 and 2 and a little bit more standard deviations above the mean. So now I'm going to go ahead and norm CDF the area below. So negative 99 to 2.19 is a lot. 98.57% of hogs weigh less than this particular one. So the question asked what percentile are we in? It didn't ask you really if you were doing the notation, you would do the probability that z is less than 2.19, but this is essentially you're in the 98th percentile because you're not above 99% of hogs yet. You're still just in the 98th percentile. So there you go. All right, I hope that you have gotten that down between the areas below, above, and in between.